Good day everyone, I'm Justin Brillantes, and today I'll be talking about two different methods in our object-oriented programming project. So I'll be talking about the login and the register class. So these classes are JFrame. So the login class has two constructors. So the first one doesn't take any parameters, and the other one takes in an array list of users. So that's the same for the register class. So whenever we register a new user, we just pass in those array list or that array list to the constructor of the login class, so that we can make sure that there are users that are logged in or registered in the system. So whenever we try to log in, we first check if a user exists. So if it doesn't, we just display a simple message dialog that will let the users know that if a account exists or not. So I guess that's it for my part in the project.
So greetings everyone, my name is Johnny Sidor Granada, and today we will discuss about this user class. So this is the user class, which is represent a user in the system. It contains three main attributes: name, password, and role. When a new user is created, a role assigned based on the index 0 for admin, 1 for staff, and 2 for the customer. This class also provided the gather method to access the username, password, and role. This helps manage the login credential and access control within the application. And that's all.
Good day everyone, my name is Aaron Alblañas, and today I'm going to discuss the food class in our project in OOP. So let's start. This is the food class, which represents an item in the food ordering system. It has four main attributes, which is the name, type, quantity, and price. The constructor initializes all these values, and there are getter and setter methods to retrieve or update them. And there's also a calculate price method, which multiplies the price by the quantity to a total cost for the item. And to the string method for formats the food details for display, making it useful for logs or debugging. So that's all. The next part will be discussed by one of my group mates. Thank you.
Hi, I am Kit Lawrence Mabalos, and I will explain the cart class. This is a Java Swing based GUI application called Cart, which is part of a food ordering system. When the cart screen opens, it displays a table of food items the user has selected. Each row includes the food name, type, quantity, unit price, total cost, and a delete button to remove the item. The user can continue shopping by clicking continue shopping button, which takes them back to the menu. If they are ready to check out, pressing the checkout button generates a receipt showing all items, quantities, and the amount. A dialog box displays this summary. After checkout, the selected items are bundled into an order, added to a shared order queue, and passed to the kitchen panel for processing. The cart is then cleared and the windows closes. The app also includes a top menu bar with options like navigating to menu, kitchen, logout, or exiting the program.
Greetings, I'm John Lee Kausana. Now, I'm going to present the menu class of our project, the part 1. So, this program is built using Java Swing and allows user to scroll through a menu or food items, select quantities using spinners, and add item to the cart. So the main features are the scroll label menu layout, the food images with names and quantity selectors, and the add to cart buttons that have selected the items. So let's start with this part. That part. So here we store a list of selected food items, the frame menu, application window, and the user's role. So we have a two constructor. both called to the initialize method, which builds the interface. And inside the initialize, is like this part, that part. Then this setups a main window. Then we create a scrollable panel for the food menu for this part. And then all content labels, buttons, and spinners is placed in the content panel. Adding food items, each food item is displayed with a resized image, the food name, and the quantity spinner, and add to cart and add to cart button. So here's a sample of adding one item like this and many more of that. So when the bottle is clicked, we see that in quantity is this. You can see here that if the button is clicked, this logic is repeated for another dishes like fried chicken, French onion bites, and various many courses. So in conclusion, this Java class builds a scrollable menu UI. It allows item selection with quantity. Items are added to cart list when clicked. The structure is reusable and extendable. We could easily connect it to the payment system or backend database in the future. That's all for the part 1. Now let's move on to the another part. Thank you.
So in conclusion, we're using JLabels for titles and image, JSpinner for quantity, and JButton to trigger action and populate our food list. So next is the label for the amount and the spinner. So that's the little input box where user can choose how many servings they want. So now they come to add a cart button. So when it clicks, it grabs the value from the spinner and adds a new food object to our food list. So first we have a label for our main dish name. So we style it with text and nice ink free font and center align it. So then we set its position on the panel using set bounds. So Dangal greetings, my name is Andel Gara. So today I'm gonna explain the restaurant menu interface.
Good day, my name is Ken Justin Asilo, and for today I would discuss the drinks from drinks and below. So first we have the divider label for drinks, which consists of the label which separates it from the other, and we have the drinks one. Drinks one, it consists of a spinner which gets the amount of the product that to be ordered, and we have the button add to cart. We have the font, and we have the amount label. Then we have the label for the drink name, and we have also a label for the icon, which the icon consists of a picture of the drink. Then it is also the same for drink 2, drink 3, and drink 4. And after that we have the price labels. So these price labels consist of the prices of each products that are in the menu. Then after that we have the J menu bar. So which the J menu bar consists of the J menu account. Then in the J menu account, it consists of J menu items, which is the order cart, menu, kitchen, logout, and the exit. So the logout consists of an action listener which disposes the frame of the menu. Then we would create a login page, and we would set the login to be visible. And we also have 3 roles, which is the customer, the staff, and the admin. So in the customer, we can only see order cart and menu, and while the staff can only see the kitchen panel, and the admin can see all of the buttons.